Good morning, YouTube pipe community. And Billy, blowing smoke, Billy. That's what this video is for blowing smokes, 100 sub GAW. And he wants to know about our oldest pipe, or pipe that has sentimental value or whatnot. So I thought, well, I didn't think I had anything at first, but then I got to thinking, well, this pipe here that I'm loading, this corn cob, means quite a bit to me since it was gifted to me from Mo Piping, Teresa there. And I smoke it quite often, and it smokes very well. And so that's the only pipe that I've ever got that someone has given to me. No, that's not true. I had pipes given to me before, but of course I don't have them anymore because I, unfortunately lost everything that I own a few years back. But anyway, I won't get into that. I'm smoking some Sutliff Balkan 2. And so I got to thinking about old pipe. And I do have one that I almost forgot about. And the reason why I still have it is because it wasn't at my place. And that ring I put in there, because the original one's gone, or I'm not sure, and it's just a piece of plastic I stuck in there before I started getting back into pipes. But this is a Doppelmann, a German company. Doppelmann it's called. Now mind you, this thing is old, and I haven't smoked it much, but whoever owned it, he was a fisherman that fished in the North Sea, apparently. Now how I got this pipe is over the years through amateur radio, or ham radio. I got to be friends with a lot of people from around the world, as you could imagine. And it's kind of like this, seeing as I don't have a radio or anything anymore. This YouTube pipe community is kind of like the same thing, only instead of hearing each other and trading packages, and in ham radio it's called QSL cards, where you send postcards back and forth to confirm contacts and whatnot, and also usually send gifts back and forth to people. Well, anyway, a German friend named Sebastian Schumann, I believe his call sign is geez, I'm not sure now. It's well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I wished I had known the value of all what he sent me back in like 2002 or whatever, because he sent me, I think it was actually it was in a bubble package too, I remember, which I thought was really odd. Instead of a box, it was in like a big giant bubble package, or like an envelope with the bubbles inside, but it was a 8 pipe stand, and it had 8 pipes, and they were all well used. And silly me, I think if I remember right, one of them might have been a Dunhill, maybe 1 or 2, but of course then I didn't know that Dunhill were worth anything or whatever. Anyway, Well, I say that a lot, eh? Anyway, I just noticed that. I had given this pipe here to a friend of mine, and he ended up giving it back to me a few years ago, and that's how I ended up with it back. But this was one of the 8, and what I had done with the other ones and that pipe rack is I traded at the Cigar Pipe Emporium in Hagersville, Ontario. I traded the pipe stand, and this was the original owner. I think his name was John maybe? It doesn't matter. I got to be pretty good friends with the original owner. In fact, I got him to bring in a lot of the pipe stuff. It was, me saying, hey, can you order this? Can you order that? Can you get this in? Can you get that in? I remember one time he called me up and told me to make a trip. I lived in Dunnville at the time, and he said, come on up. I just got a load of pipes in. And he took me into the little office part and showed me all these green boxes. They were all Peterson. There must have been like 50 different pipes, and he let me open up each one and go through it and check it out, Anyway, he traded me the pipe stand and the pipes minus this one and a couple. There wasn't there wasn't 6 or 7. I know it was maybe only two or 3 pipes, or maybe 3 or 4, and the stand. He traded me, and I got my first Meerschaum pipe. And anyway, the German fella that sent me all this stuff, he had won this on an eBay auction back in, I think it was 2002 or 2001. And he said it was from an old German sailor. And anyway, I've got this here old Doppelman, and from what I found out, they're pretty rare. Anyway, that's the one that has the most sentimental value to me, I guess, and because I don't hear anything from Sebastian anymore. I've lost contact. I've tried emailing him, but I never get a reply. So I know he had got into he had joined the German military. When I met him, I think he was about 22 or so. And that was back in 2003. I stayed there for a week with him and Michael Zurich, another, and his call I can remember was, DG1CMZ. But anyway, yeah, so it's a Doppelman. I think they're pretty rare. I'd like to know if anyone out there has one. I'd like to hear from you, or if anyone knows of them, where I could get another one, or if anyone knows anything about the company other than a little bit I can find out on the internet. I know it was actually, I think, a Dutch, they opened a shop in Holland or something, and then, I don't know, there was something to do with the war. They didn't actually make the pipes out of briar. During the war era, it was like a hardwood, and seeing as this is briar, I kind of pinned the date. I think it would have to be like early 60s, this pipe, but I'm not sure. But anyway, that's a little bit that info or whatever there, Billy. I guess this pipe, I don't smoke it very often. I'd like to kind of restore it, but actually the guy that I had given it to did refinish it or whatever, and you can barely see the Doppelman now. But I did have it documented what it actually was. I can't remember. It even had a model number. I can't see it right now. It's too small, and even with my glasses on, I can't make it out. But there. No, I can't make out what it says, but anyway, this old pipe was enjoyed by a German sailor, and you can see how the bowl has smoked or burned, so it's not completely round and it's thinner here on this side. And I don't know what that means, but I was thinking that maybe if he smoked it, let's say laying in his cot or whatever on the boat, laying this way, that would have the thin edge up, which would be the, you know, more heat. I don't know. If anyone has any ideas on why it would burn a little bit more, it's like it's not a burn through or anything, but you can just see that that part of the bowl is a little thinner on the left. Been working on Room Dog's pipe there with the band there anyway, and all kinds of different band possibilities I've been doing and whatever. But anyway, there, I've babbled on a little too long here. So anyway, Billy, that's my I guess two. This one, the Doppelman for oldest, and for sentimental value would be this here, that cob that Mo Piping gave me, Teresa there. So mind you, I did get a pipe from Pipe Cat, but that was different. That wasn't given to me. I won it, so in the GAW, so that's different. It doesn't have the sentimental value as, like, you know, a gift kind of thing. Anyway, take care down there, Billy, and congrats on your subs. See, you're, I think, around 120 there now, and yeah, so you take care, and this is my VR to you there. So all the best, YouTube people and the YouTube pipe community. Take care. Peace all. Wait for pipes, Michael saying goodbye.